It's been a week, but did anything good happen? Yes, we'll tell you about it next on No Suck Saturday. Welcome to the final edition of No Suck Saturday for the year 2024. We appreciate each and every one of you, especially the subscribers at the $5 a month level to the ad-free AM update experience. I'm Aaron, joined as always by my beautiful wife Bella for No Suck Saturday. Today, of course, we'll have 5 stories we think objectively don't suck. Coming up in the next segment, we're going to be doing some Christmas trivia as well as a Christmas game. Don't miss that because that seems like a fun thing to do for an episode.
Yeah, I hope people enjoy this. At the very least, we're going to have fun.
We can't not do something Christmas-themed
Yeah.
in the Christmas season. It is the most wonderful time of the year, especially for football. Yes, always. You look so disappointed with me right now.
Oh, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Oh, yes. No, all of my stories have something to do with football. We'll begin with this. This is Gracie Hunt. She's the daughter of Kansas City Chiefs owner Clark Hunt, and she's a pretty outspoken believer. Here she is before the Chiefs game against the Chargers this last Sunday night, reading scripture.
Hi, Fox friends. I'm Gracie Hunt here at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. It's Sunday Night Football, and the Chiefs are taking on the Chargers. The verse for today's game is Psalm 131, verses 1 through 2. Lord, my heart is not proud, my eyes are not arrogant. I do not get involved with things too great or too wondrous for me. Instead, I have calmed and quieted my soul like a content child with its mother. My soul is like a content child. We should find contentment in all circumstances and all things, knowing who holds our lives and who has paved our paths and goes before us in all we do, and that's Jesus. And also just to walk in humility and have a humble servant leader attitude in all that we do, because true humility is how we lead and love best. You guys have a blessed rest of your Sunday evenings and a wonderful start to your week.
That is Gracie Hunt, daughter of Chiefs owner and chairman Clark Hunt, one of the richest families in the country, and that's a really good word from her. What's your first story?
I probably need to take back a little bit of my judgment. When you said all football stories, I thought this was going to be like straight up like something out of a football game. That was actually a really good story.
Yes.
So I apologize for my sarcastic eye roll.
I wouldn't
over
blame
here.
you. I don't blame you for thinking the other thing, though.
All right. Well, pivoting a little bit, my first story comes from Chicago, where a bakery owner learned that her longtime customer is her biological son.
Wow. What?
Mm-hmm. So Lenore Lindsay owns the bakery Give Me Some Sugar. I'm not being dirty. That's literally, it's spelled
Sugar?
S-U-G-A-H.
Wow, sugar. Yeah, that's sugar.
Yeah.
Not sugar.
Not sugar. Sugar.
Sugar.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I sounded very white there, but that's the name of it. Anyway, she owns this bakery, and Hunter Varmar has frequented the establishment for years. They've made small talk, but that was about the depth of their relationship. And then around the time that he turned 34, he learned that he was adopted, and he decided he wanted to go find out who his birth parents were. Mm-hmm. And so he did some genetic testing and heard from the agency that they'd found a match and to expect a call from his birth mom. Yeah. And so he was pleasantly surprised and a little confused when he got a phone call from the phone number to give me some sugar.
That's incredible.
And it was Lenore. And so it turns out that she had given him up for adoption when she was 17 years old.
Wow.
And after meeting her, he got to meet his half-sister, and then his 4 kids got to meet their biological grandma.
That's amazing.
And I guess after she had some health issues, she was in the hospital for a little bit, he ended up working at the bakery.
Wow. That's amazing.
But yeah, just very cool that she chose life. Yes. And when she was 17, made a very difficult decision, and he's doing well for himself, has 4 kids of his own, and turns out their paths had crossed along the way.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's an amazing story. That's maybe one of my favorite stories of the year so far. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Next, we go to
football.
The ACC. Back to football. The Clemson Tigers, kind of a surprise upset. They won the ACC championship, which meant that even with 3 losses I think they had this year, they're going to the college football playoffs. Their quarterback, Cade Klubnik, spoke after the game about what this moment meant to him and who he's given credit.
Syracuse wins, and I literally sprint downstairs and I tackle Ronan Hannafin, my roommate, and I'm just screaming of joy, and I'm like, just when you think that God is closing the door, he's opening one up, and we just had to trust in him, and I just trusted in Jesus that he was going to make a way through it all. And that's something the coach has been preaching to us, and that's something that I truly believe is, God's going to go and do things that we don't quite understand, but in the end, he's always going to get the glory, and it's always going to be for a purpose. So I really had to just lean on my foundation, and then that's what I just kind of carried throughout the week. It was definitely a weird Sunday and Monday because you're grieving from Saturday loss, but you got to transition it and go be excited because I kind of said out there, it's like, you're playing outside with some of your friends, and your mom tells you got to come inside, and she decides, actually, I'll give you 5 more minutes. We got 5 more minutes to go play some football, and that was tonight.
So that's Cade Klubnik, the quarterback for Clemson, who's in the college football playoff. So here's what happened. Here's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So last Saturday, the last Saturday of the regular season, Clemson lost, but it wasn't an ACC game. It was the rivalry South Carolina versus Clemson game because they're both in South Carolina. They lost to South Carolina. And so they thought they weren't going to be in the ACC championship, but Syracuse pulled off a massive upset against Miami, and so Clemson was back into the ACC championship, and because the way that the rules are written for the college football playoff, if they won the ACC championship, they were going to be in the playoffs. So after losing their last game of the season, they needed more than a prayer to even get to the ACC championship, not let alone the playoffs.
Yeah.
And all that happened, and Cade Klubnik gives all the glory to God. So that was a cool story.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you for explaining that. I was a little confused.
No problem.
All right. My next one comes from Scotland, where a midwife has designed a kangaroo-like pouch for partners to perform skin-to-skin contact with their babies during a C-section. So, as many of you know, after a vaginal delivery, the baby is brought up to the mom's chest to do skin-to-skin. Mm-hmm. In a C-section, it's happening in a sterile OR. You can kind of do skin-to-skin, but it's very, very tricky because there's wires and lines and all kinds of things in the place. Sometimes mom's arms are strapped down. Mm-hmm. And obviously, her abdomen is open. It's very tricky. Yeah. So, unfortunately, these babies get deprived of that skin-to-skin contact.
Yeah. And it's really important.
It is. Yep. It helps them regulate temperature, blood sugar, just basically transition better. And C-section babies usually have more challenges transitioning. So, what this midwife designed is basically a new scrub top that like a woman's husband or boyfriend or whoever can wear. And so that way they can do skin-to-skin in the OR. Wow. So, mom can still see, mom can watch, nurses can take pictures, but that baby is still getting that skin-to-skin contact, and they found that the babies are actually doing way better than when they're in the incubator. Yeah. Right. Like, this is the way God designed us. Like, our bodies are meant to be a natural incubator after the baby comes out. So they have just started expanding this across Scotland. They're hoping to get it across the rest of the UK, and maybe it'll make its way into the US, because I would absolutely love to see that.
Yeah. That's a really cool development. Really, really cool. Mm-hmm. Solving problems and doing it in a way that really enhances the life of that baby right out of the womb. That's really cool. All right, finally, one more football thing. Boise State, I remember watching them growing up. They were kind of the premier mid-major college football team. They sprung a couple of upsets in some of the bigger BCS bowl games back in the day. I remember it was the Statue of Liberty and the Fiesta Bowl versus Oklahoma that gave little old Boise State a huge, massive upset over the Sooners. Well, they're back in the playoffs again. I featured Ashton Jeanty, their star running back, in his testimony earlier on No Suck Saturday a few weeks ago. Now, here's their coach. They just won the Mountain West Championship, and they're on their way to the playoff as well. They even get a bye in the playoff, and you can probably guess it. This is who Boise State coach Spencer Danielson is giving credit to.
Thank you, Jesus. And Jesus deserves all the glory. We serve a champion. He died on the cross, but he rose again 3 days later.
Oh, that's some good stuff.
That's the God I serve, man. Anything's possible. And our players, they don't run from hard work. They just keep swinging. That's uncommon. They deserve the credit. Jesus deserves the credit. We got the best staff in the nation, and we got the best fan base in the nation, too. Bronco Nation.
So that is Spencer Danielson laying it on thick there, but it's still not a bad thing.
No.
When coaches like that, players like we've heard all season long, giving credit for their successes and even in defeat. to Jesus and to their Maker. When we come back, we're going to play a game. What are we playing again? I can't remember. Categories?
No, catchphrase.
Catchphrase. We're going to do Christmas catchphrase with some Christmas trivia next. All right. Back once again on No Sucks Saturday.
I'm like a little nervous. I'm not
Why
gonna
are
lie.
you nervous? Why?
Because what if I don't know any of the answers to this?
We got to get some Christmas music on in the background.
Oh, perfect.
Well, I'm going to make them really tough for you.
Good.
Because when I, ambient Christmas music.
There you go.
When I told you or previewed kind of what I was thinking for catchphrase, I gave you some really easy ones.
Yes.
And so I might up the difficulty level just a little bit.
Okay, well, be nice.
Oh, I will. Don't worry. Don't worry.
I literally just went on Pinterest and found charades. Is what?
Charades?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that's
so
cool.
I'm just going to describe the word.
All right. Well, here we go. I'm going to mix in some Christmas trivia while we do this as well.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. Let's go to the first Christmas card. The first commercially available Christmas card was commissioned by Sir Henry Cole in London in 1843. It depicted a family with toast in the center and on either side, images of people giving charity to the poor. That's the origin of the first Christmas card. All right.
Wow. Honestly, I'm kind of glad that that's not what Christmas cards are like nowadays. I feel like it'd be super cringy. Be like, here's us feeding a homeless man on the street. How, so performative.
A little bit. All right, I'll begin with catchphrase. So I'm saying words that are not the word that you're trying to guess.
Right.
Punching heretics.
Boxing Day?
No. Oh, hey, that's a good guess.
Punching heretics.
You want me to give you another clue?
Sure.
Jolly.
Santa?
Yeah, Saint Nick.
Okay, now
Yeah.
I get it.
All right, you give me one.
Oh my goodness.
This music sucks.
Yeah, honestly, it makes me want to go to sleep.
Yeah, let's not do that. I'll find something else. All right, you give me a catchphrase.
Big sock.
Man, I'm having a brain fart here. This is embarrassing.
I told you that. There
Stocking.
you go. I told you this is going to be bad. Everyone's sitting at home going, God, how dumb are these people? In all fairness to us, we're recording this at the end of the day.
Well, yeah, I mean...
And I'm not always the brightest.
I'm not either. I mean, I've got
You're sick.
Brain fog out the wazoo this week.
Yes.
There we go. There's some better music.
There, that's nice.
Probably
and jolly.
breaking 1,000 different copyrights here.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, man, I'm trying to make this not too easy.
Yeah,
That's the hardest part of this.
Bro, my hands are sweaty.
Are you that nervous?
Apparently, I didn't think I was gonna be, but
Okay, how about this? To the world.
joy.
Okay, that was way too easy.
It's okay.
The origin of the poinsettia. Am I saying that correctly?
Poinsettia.
Poinsettia. Yeah.
Yep.
The poinsettia. This is like the penguin. The poinsettia. Oh gosh. Poinsettia. Poinsettia.
The flower.
The flower. You know what I'm trying to say. The traditional Christmas flower comes from Mexico, where it's called Flor de Nochebuena, or the Christmas Eve flower. It was introduced to the U.S. by Joel Roberts Poinsett, the first U.S. minister to Mexico in the 1820s.
Interesting. I did not realize it was from Mexico.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
No, at all. I don't know where I guess I thought Europe for some reason, but
Yeah.
okay, all right. Gracias.
HR at the office.
Toby?
No. Close.
Office.
HR at the office. You're really close.
Something with a Toby.
No. Different person.
Oh, Santa? Mrs. Claus?
No. No. This is Michael's lover. That's
Oh, Holly.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh. Duh, okay. Like, how is that Christmas? Now I get it.
White.
Snow?
Wow, that was really good.
Thanks. The only white thing I could think of besides me. Green angry creature.
The Grinch?
Yeah.
Okay, good job. Give me another
Good job.
Wait a minute. Good job, Aaron.
Pat yourself on the back. Checking it twice.
List?
Yeah.
Oh, good job. I did it again. Maybe this was a bad idea.
I'm sure everyone is just fast forwarding every 15 seconds.
Yep.
These idiots are done yet.
Oldest Christmas carol. Jesus refulsit omnium, Jesus, light of all the nations, from the 4th century, might be the oldest known Christmas carols. However, Adeste Fidelis, or O Come All Ye Faithful, from the 18th century, is often cited as one of the oldest still in common use.
Interesting.
Antlers.
Reindeer?
Yeah. Yeah, good job. I used it right that time.
You did. That was very good. A jingle.
Bells.
There you go.
Yeah. Boy, this is really easy.
Okay, this is it's not.
It was my idea, too. Oh, here's a good one.
Oh,
Diarrhea.
chocolate?
No.
Gluten?
No.
What does that have to do with Christmas?
Well, there's a certain product that comes out around Christmas that gives a lot of people this.
Eggnog?
Yep, there you go.
Lactose intolerance. Okay. You know, Aldi has an almond milk one this year.
Oh, we should get that.
Want me to try that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll
Definitely.
get that for you.
Definitely. Let's see.
What Santa goes down?
Chimney,
Red nose.
reindeer, or
No.
Rudolph. Let's see. Knock on the door.
Carolers?
Carol.
Carol.
Yeah. Oh, I should have. Oh, that was a good opportunity for another
Yeah.
name. That was another one.
Michael's
of
other girlfriend.
Yes, Carol and Holly.
'Cause I always think of her because of when he photoshopped his face on the Christmas card.
Oh yes. Oh, this is a good one.
Oh boy.
It's powered by by Christmas Spirit. Powered by Christmas Spirit.
Oh wait, is that from the Santa Claus movie?
Maybe.
Oh, that's where they had to try and get everybody to believe in him. Oh, his sleigh?
Yes. Well done.
I think a couple movies have done that. Took me a second. The kind of Christmas Elvis was having.
Blue. Very blue.
Blue Christmas.
Christmas.
We put a boxing glove in place of.
Yeah. We stopped that this year, though.
We did.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I had to think of this entire backstory. See, the backstory is that when I was a bachelor, I didn't have anything to put on the tree, and I was just ready to be done with it.
Yeah.
So I did have a boxing glove in the room, so I put that on there, and it's an Everlast
Yes.
boxing glove. And so I had to kind of eisegete, kind of reason why I put a boxing glove on top of the tree, an Everlast boxing glove.
Everlast.
He is, we celebrate the everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
Yes.
Who will come and knock Satan out.
Yep.
That's the boxing glove story.
Yes.
Jingle Bells was originally written for what holiday?
New Year's?
Thanksgiving.
Really?
Not Christmas. Yeah, James Lord
Okay.
Pierpont wrote it in 1857, and it was supposed to be sung at Thanksgiving church service.
Interesting. On a couple fronts.
Yeah.
It doesn't really say Thanksgiving or like gratefulness or anything.
No, it's just Jingle Bells.
Right, and singing at a church service. Also very interesting. There are not enough, any Thanksgiving songs that I can think of, which is
No.
kind of a shame.
Yeah. No, that's weird. All right, that was fun. Did you have fun?
I enjoyed it. I think we probably bored our listeners to death,
Yeah,
but
that's why we had to get the music.
yeah, the music was a good choice.
We'll be back with our highlight of the week and our question of the week next. Back for one final segment on one final episode of No Sucks Saturday for the year 2024. It's time for our highlight of the week. Bella, I've gone first the last couple of times. I'll let you go first this time.
Oh, thanks. Highlight of my week was last weekend where it was unseasonably warm.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to take Abby for a couple of walks. You got to take Ben to the park. Just nice to get everybody outside, especially considering how this week has ended with snow and then ice on the forecast. It was just so nice to get outside, run off some energy, get some vitamin D before the winter storm came in. So yeah, that was definitely the highlight of my week.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, the highlight of my week was probably, I talked about this on Ask or Tell Me Anything yesterday on AM Update, but it was probably the sermon at church last weekend. That was really good. And I don't need to belabor the point, because if you listen to AM Update, you know my thoughts on that, but that was a really, really good sermon. And it was really, again, just illuminating the richness of the genealogy of Jesus, which is not something that on paper looks really interesting, but it is. So that's my highlight of the week. All right, do we have a final question of the year?
Yes. So sticking with the Christmas theme, what is a favorite Christmas memory or tradition from when you were a kid?
Well, I hate this because it's always my pat answer for questions like this, but it really does stand out as a great memory. But it was when I was 16 years old, and I was the youngest of 5 kids in my family. And by the time I was 16, every Christmas, every other Christmas, there was one less sibling in the house, and it was kind of sad. And that's why, again, it sounds cliche, but that's why my favorite thing about the holidays is being around family, is because, again, it's not like my siblings never came back, but, it got more spotty as the years wore on. And, they've got their own lives and never really held that against them, but it was just the reality of...
That was nice of you not to hold a grudge.
Yeah. No, I never held it against them, but that's just the reality of life.
Yeah.
So anyway, 16, the magic of Christmas is starting to wear off a little bit. All I wanted at that time was just to see family too.
Yeah.
And it was a Christmas where I wasn't really excited about presents anymore, and my parents got me my first guitar, and that blew my mind. One of the coolest gifts ever. So that's a great memory that sticks out to me. What about you?
That's really nice. Say my favorite kind of memory / tradition was growing up. My parents, for some reason, got this idea to put wrapping paper over the entrance of whatever room our presents were in. It was like my sister and my favorite thing was coming down, and like you come down and all you would see is just this wall of wrapping paper. You couldn't see the tree. You could kind of see it poking out from the top, but you couldn't see the present, so we didn't know what was there.
Yeah.
And so it was just always fun because my parents would pull out the old camcorder and get a video of us knocking down the wrapping paper, and then you get to see the presents, and then it's cool. Trying to guess what's in each box. And so that was always our favorite memory. And honestly, they did that for us up until I think we both left for college.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it was kind of, I think
cool.
They enjoyed it too. And we just didn't really want to let the tradition die. So maybe we'll pull it out for Ben and Abby someday.
Cool. All right, great episode, if I may say so myself, today. Last one of the year. Appreciate each and every one of you for listening and following No Sucks Saturday this year. I hope you have a very, very blessed Christmas and a happy New Year. Wonderful time. It is the most wonderful time of the year. Hope you get to see family. Hope you get to just spend a lot of good times with the ones you love most, which would be Bella and I. Which this is the only time. Yes, no. We'll see you again in the new year. We'll be on hiatus for just a little bit until we are back again. Again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.